The Ninja H2 blew everyone's mind when it was first showcased back in 2014. In 2017, I did 20,000 kilometers around Australia on a Ninja H2, including an iron butt, 1700 kilometers in less than 17 hours. In 2020, I got a Ninja H2 in India and enjoyed many adventures on it. Around whole of India once with other fellow content creators, on one of the world's longest and fastest high-speed tracks, the Nat tracks, to Jaisalmer in extreme heat and more. Until I sold it in late 2022. Come 2023, I decided that I wanted to have the king of fast motorcycles again. And this time, I made it a lot more special.
Guys, what a beautiful day. Beautiful road and an amazing motorcycle. Not exactly a track weapon, but yes, a Ninja H2 is a Ninja H2. Now this video is to tell you about why I got the Ninja H2 here in Australia again. So if you don't know, I'll just give you a brief history. My name is Sunny, also known as the Motographer. I've done around 64 countries around the world on motorcycles. And since 2002, I've also been running a platform called XBHP, which is for motorcyclists in India. And since 2010, we also have a print magazine. So another piece of history is that I got a Ninja H2 in India in 2020. It was very difficult to find an H2 because you just can't go into a showroom and buy a Ninja H2. You've got to book it, you've got to wait for a few months. If you're lucky, less than 6 months. So the only other option was to get second-hand H2, and I found one in India, 2017, very clean, only 1500 kilometers done. And in those 2 years, until I sold it in late 2022, I really enjoyed the bike. I took it to India's high-speed track on the only F1 grade circuit in India as well, around India, in the desert, and a lot of other places, right? But I had to sell in 2022. Why did I sell it? The link to the video will be in the description. But why I got this another Ninja H2 here in Australia, that is a main subject. Now, in 2017, I went around Australia on a Ninja H2 for 20,000 kilometers. Along with me to give me company was a Ducati Panigale 1299. I mean, not a bad bike to give you company, right? So that was my third road trip around Australia. The big lap, you know, and in the center of Australia as well. So 20,000 kilometers. And this was the motorcycle that I actually did those kilometers, the whole trip, this very motorcycle. When I sold my bike in India, I thought that, you know, there's something missing, you know, because an H2 is an H2, you know, for whatever reason, is the world's fastest production motorcycle. It's supercharged. It's just an iconic motorcycle, you know. So I thought, what should we do? You know, the only answer was to get another bike, another H2 somewhere else. I mean, India was done and I really didn't want to get another one in India. I'll tell you in a moment why. Number one, the main reason is because you cannot get a new H2 right now in India. There are, you know, the waiting is too long. And of course, it is extremely expensive. It is around 42 lakhs. So I came to Australia. I knew who had this bike. I got the bike from him. And not only that, I also got a number plate which says XBHP, which is an extremely proud movement. In 2017, I had another number plate. It was called FOTOS. This time, the whole thing just came together. And here also, it is not possible for you to just walk into a showroom and get an H2 unless until it is an old one or a second-hand pre-owned one. So I saw that why not get this one. Another thing with this H2 is that this is flash, the ECU. And of course, you also see this beautiful Akrapovic exhaust, which was meant for this H2. And the whole package, this whole thing produces 260 horsepower at the crank and almost 230 horsepower at the rear wheel. A new H2, 2022, 2023, would give you around, it says on the paper, 230 at the crank. So it will give you around, let's say 195 to 200 at the rear wheel. So this is substantially more powerful than even the latest H2. So all these things, you know, combined made me go for this. And Australia is a beautiful country riding, and of course, you know, when you got a motorcycle which is as iconic as this and which holds so much personal value for myself, doing 20,000 kilometers around a continent on this very motorcycle, you know, it was a no-brainer. Another thing is that it is little easier, I think, to take a motorcycle out of this country if you want to go anywhere else in the world. So probably, you know, that might also be on the cards depending on where I want to go, because I've done most of Europe, I mean, and America. So I don't want to take this motorcycle which, you know, in places like it will be a little hard to fix, or there is a lot of dust, you know, stuff like that, like off-roading. But yes, at the moment, all I can say is I'm so happy that, you know, I have a Ninja H2 again. Now, there is another reason, you know, why I actually didn't go for another H2 in India. So in India, you know, if you're not from there, there is the motovlogging is an upcoming trend, or it's rather picking up really, really fast every day. You know, if you get a new motorcycle, you get a helmet, you get riding gears, but you also get a motovlogging camera. Many people are doing that, and it is a good thing because that all is catalyzing motorcycling as a lifestyle in India. So there is this trend in India, you know, which motovloggers follow, that they would go for a certain kind of bike or a car, and you know, which they think that would be good for, you know, their audience. And in no way I'm being sarcastic, this is actually a great thing, you know. And in around 2019 or sorry 20, you know, a lot of people started buying Ninja H2s in India. Of course, there was scarcity of this motorcycle because, I mean, there are after all so many Ninja H2s in any country, because you can't buy new ones so that easily. And this trend followed, and you know, then now in 2021 22, when the new third generation Hayabusa were launched, everyone, you know, went after the Hayabusa. And of course, I also bought that because I already owned the second generation Hayabusa. So for me, it was a natural progression to buy the third generation Hayabusa. But most of them, they sold the Hayabusa almost immediately, like a couple of months or 3 months. So the whole India went crazy about the new bike, the new Hayabusa, because Hayabusa also has a history in India. It is called, it was there in a movie, very popular movie called Dhoom, which made it popular around 15 years ago. So that is another thing. So, you know, I love how motorcycling is growing in India, and trust me when I say a Ninja H2 has given its due what should I say, diligence in actually growing, catalyzing motorcycling in India, because of all these motovlogging and, you know, stuff going on around this bike. And it should be, because this is a legendary motorcycle. This should be the benchmark. This should be something that, you know, everyone should aspire to get. It's not about what you like. It's not about sensibilities. It's not about how much power is enough. It's not about all those kind of things. It's just about, yes, it's, you know, chasing something which is larger than life. And whether you justify it in your head or not, there is no denial saying that this is a marvelous piece of engineering. And it is a great time to be in India if you're into motorcycling. It's a great time to be motorcycling anywhere in the world, because a lot of conflicts, you never know when what will happen, you know, natural disasters, man-made conflicts, you know, stuff like that. So you guys just enjoy, no matter what motorcycle you want, you know, just work for it, works towards it. And as long as you enjoy something, I think you should not bother about what other person is saying or thinking. And I had a great ride on this motorcycle with Jasminder Singh, JS Films, who actually I flew from Delhi to Sydney, just so that, you know, he can be there at the delivery of this motorcycle, and we can go around for a small 1500 2000 kilometers ride. So there you go, guys. I mean, I'm looking forward to more adventures with this motorcycle here in Australia. And some of you are asking that, will I get this bike to India? No, I will not get this motorcycle. There are far too many custom complications, things like that, you know. And I think I'm done with having an H2 in India. I did whatever I could, you know. I mean, of course, you can do so many things. You can take it to Ladakh, this, that. But, you know, I think that I'm happy with what I've done over there. And in fact, in Australia also, I've taken it around Australia, this H2. So I don't know what I will do with this next, but like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I had to have this again, and I have it. You guys ride safe and take care. Until next time. Alright guys, let's go for a ride. And I'm only going to use the Insta X3 here. Oh, the sound, I love the sound.